Hello everyone. Today I have in front of me a so-called Korean clock. Now, we call them a Korean clock. I'm not sure if they're actually made in Korea. But what I do know is they used to be made in Asia and they were not great quality. Now, normally I refuse repair on these clocks, but the reason I took it in for repair was that this clock was bought in '96 and had maintenance in 2010, which 2010 is still too long, but this should be better than those which have no maintenance at all. The thing about these clocks is that they have really bad tolerances and they just put a really powerful mainspring in there, which basically means that like wear and tear galore. But yeah, since this one had maintenance in 2010, I don't know if was that because it was one already, and we're well 2010, that was 14 years in the life of the clock. So now we're almost at the same, now we're 2023, so we're 13 years. So it could be that it's worn out again. But I'll see. Also, part of the reason I took it was just for the video. So I could show you. So how do you recognize a Korean clock? Well, there's these like painted, like almost painted ornaments on the glass. They usually have it. There are a lot of clocks that have it as well. And another thing is 31 days. This is a month clock. Like I said, really strong and long spring in there. This one does have mainspring barrels. There's a bunch of those that don't have that, and it's a total nightmare. Because yeah, it's a really big and powerful mainspring, and you don't have a barrel to put it in, so it's a total nightmare. I repaired this in the past before I stopped accepting it, and there was one time where I done a repair. I was testing it. I was on my wall in test period, and suddenly I was working in my shop, and I could hear like things breaking, and then like the mainspring releasing all of a sudden. Turns out this has lantern pinions in it, and turns out that one of the lantern pinions, like one of the metal, like the metal rods, had snapped apart, and all of them had snapped apart. Of course, that like one snapped, then the power came onto the other one, and the other snapped too, and they all snapped. So basically, the movement was running freely at that point. And that's when I said, I stopped taking them in for repair, because, yeah, it's not, you don't get honor of repairing a clock like this, basically. So yeah, let's open it up, so you get, like, a really simple pendulum. Your more or less classic, winding key, although this one has, like a textured paint on there. I don't know if that's original or that's something somebody did afterwards. To be honest, I just think that this clock has a major detail to start with. But yeah, I'll see. I'll get you closer up, and then we'll show you the movement, and then I'll decide whether or not, because I've kind of accepted as a repair, but I'm still not sure if I'm actually going to do a repair on it, because if it's going to be expensive, it's not worth client's money at all. So yeah, let's go closer up and take a peek. So, first problem arised, I did not have any screwdriver that would fit this. So I'm going to do it with like one of those tiny but still rather big flat hats, because that's the only thing that actually fit in there, oddly enough. Oh dear. Did not expect that. Usually they just cut out the wood underneath the dial. But not with this one. There we are. As you can see, that doesn't look high quality, does it? As for wear and tear, it kinda looks pretty reasonable. But yeah, before I jump to a conclusion, let's get it out completely, because you'll never know it looks like this. Oh dear. Oh dear. Looks like that pillar's staying in. I might try with the screwdriver one size up, because kind of stripped out the head on there. Yep, that seems to work. Yep. But as you can see, like, I'm not even in the clock, but the misery already starts. Oops. So yeah, as you can see, that's our beach arrow there. Pretty sure if I can correct that, then I can get this working again. Without having to take this apart and risk never getting it in together anymore. So what I normally I would do this properly and clean it out as you should, but considering this, what I might do is just put some oil on there, regulate the beach arrow route, and call it a day, because that's all this clock is worth. This mechanism is interesting. So normally, instead of having like one of those wind vanes, basically with centrifugal force, this will expand out when the movement's running too fast, and it's hitting what I assume is like a piece of like plastic or like hard rubber, and it's actually acting like a real brake, instead of having a wind vane, which is pretty interesting because the thing with a wind vane is that like it kinda is wear free, while this is a mechanism that eventually that rubber will wear out, or whatever it is, whether leather or plastic. So yeah, that's a bit odd. So as you can see, if I turn it the right way, it kind of wants to go. So yeah, I'm going to experiment a bit with it. As you can see, also, this is like a really weird way to do the main barrels. Like, I don't even know, is that looks like steel, and then like this the same really bad that you sometimes see in German clocks. And I don't even know if you can open them, because this dent is probably where the mainspring catches behind. So to open those, that must be a little disaster. I don't even want to get into that. Oh dear. Because that means there's going to be some power. Don't even want to know. So yeah. I'm going to see how this turns out, and I'll report back to you. So, I got the clock working. All I needed to do was basically I greased up the anchor wheel, I put some oil on all the pivots again, and then I adjusted the beat arrow a little bit because there was quite some beat arrow on there. Not sure if that was from factory or somebody messed up when hanging the pendulum back. I informed the client about that. I told them that like I didn't really take it apart. I was honest about it. But I already told them that like the clock wasn't really worth it. So yeah, they were happy about the solution. As you can see, I have an amplitude. It's less than I would like. So I'm going to see maybe that I can change the settings of the anchor a bit, like the depth that the anchor hooks into the anchor wheel. I can mess a bit with that. But yeah, for the rest, there wasn't really any wow on that. And I'm also starting to think that like maybe this is one of the better ones of this so-called Korean clocks, because like I told earlier, on the previous ones that I've came across of, we didn't really have like a barrier, like a mainspring barrel. It was like open. So maybe this is one of the better ones. Or maybe just like the maintenance in 2010 saved it. But yeah. The thing that I have done should prolong the life of the clock again without having done a proper clean, and the risk of taking it apart and yeah, just breaking things because of the cheap quality of this clock. So yeah, this is where I'm going to end the video, because me messing around with that is not fun to watch. I might do a proper video on that in the future, but for now, bye bye. I hope you like this video, and see you in the next one.